Today I'm gonna let you guys edit with me. This is fun because you get to see how I edit using my new R6 Mark II and using my old Canon Mark III. So my husband shot on the R6 because he likes it. I'm still not used to it, but I was very, very impressed with it this time. So I'm gonna edit a few of his and a few of mine, and you guys can see how I made them really consistent editing on both. I know that a lot of people have trouble getting the colors to match, and so I thought this would be fun to show you guys how I edited, a few editing tricks and different things like that. So I showed you guys how we culled this session in my last week's video. So if you don't know how to cull, make sure you start there. So my process, I would cull first and then I would jump right into editing, and you guys get to watch that today. So really fun. Today's free gift is actually my preset. This is what I use as my import preset. And so I'm gonna show you how I would use it and how I would tweak it. Obviously, it would probably be better to have multiple different presets for different times of day, but I have been lazy with it. So I just have one import preset, and I do have to make quite a few tweaks from that with the R6. I'd have to make quite a few tweaks anyways, but the link is in the description for you guys to grab that preset because I wanted to just show you exactly how I edit, and that's how I edit. I would use that preset and then I would tweak from there. So make sure you grab that. I would love for you guys to have it and let me know your feedback as I am making it better at different things like that. So grab that and then let's get started. I tried to kind of show you a variety, so I'm just gonna share my screen with you and just show you exactly how I would edit this. Also, I feel like this is really just letting you guys really get to know me to show you my raw images, because sometimes I shoot crooked a lot, and I a lot of times am excited about things and I don't get my settings right where they should be. So you guys are getting to see exactly what the raw images look like. Okay, this one was not that bad. This was straight out of camera. This was using the R6 because we used a 50mm lens, which means, so we kept a 28-70 on the R6 the entire day. And then I pretty much just shot with my 85. So I would crop this right here and I would straighten it like that. I only had one piece of their invitation suite, so that's why I did it this way. Thankfully, the florist gave me some florals to make that pretty. And this is pretty good, but I'll go over here and click my preset and you can see, wow, that's really off for this one because my preset just puts the white balance in auto. And this time it didn't really need to do that. So I could go back to as shot because the white balance was pretty good. And then with the R6, I do notice with my preset, the shadows are bumped up a lot, and I always bring them down quite a bit. So I'll probably make a new preset for the R6. I just haven't done it yet. But that looks pretty good. That's a little bit heavy, but I might do a little bit of pink here, and I might warm it up a little bit. Let me just show you a couple other things you could do. Okay, so my preset has this little backward C, and I might bump those shadows up a little bit, but I want to make sure you can see the writing really well. Maybe, and then that's pretty good. So I would rate it a 2 when I'm done. Oops. I forgot that I had the 4 selected, but that's pretty good. So you can see, let's create a virtual copy. Create virtual copy. So you can see straight out of camera and edited, I didn't do a whole lot to that, but pretty, there you go. Okay, this is another one, didn't do a whole lot to. My husband took this shot, it's beautiful, one of my favorites, but preset, and then I would bring it down, and that's pretty much all I would do to that. I would maybe cool it down a tiny bit, but that's beautiful. Maybe take this line out. He's a much more accurate shooter than I am. Okay, that's pretty good. This one, okay, this was gorgeous. We took this because obviously the stairs were stunning, but you can see the wood, the color of the wood, the orange and things like that. It just is not, it's kind of taking away from the photo. So this I would just put in black and white and drop that down, make it a little bit less heavy. And then that's pretty much all I would do for that. Maybe crop it in so that that's not distracting. But look how pretty that is. Okay, this also is on the R6 and didn't do a whole lot. Click the preset, that's basically all I did. That's perfect. Maybe warm it a tiny bit here. That's why I wanted to give you guys this preset, because I don't go through and manually do all of these things, and you can see like what the preset does, but okay. That is not straight out of camera. There's the straight out of camera. Okay, so this is my bad in shooting. Like I should have had that a lot brighter, but that's okay. We'll go to import preset, much better. My temperature was very off. Shot this using my 100mm lens. My aperture was 4 to get all of those prongs in focus. And then I would just kind of brighten it, cool it down here a little bit, and crop it in a tiny bit so that the ring is a little bit more centered. And I still think we should soften the edges a little bit. So that's what I would do there. That's so pretty. I loved her rings. Okay, so you can see, here, virtual copy. That was just straight out of camera. It's fine though, because we can edit and look how beautiful that is. Okay, this one I did quite a bit of work to. My lighting was great here. Okay, my shutter speed was 1/200. I may have used a flash for this, I can't remember. But I feel like this is distracting. This light fixture was distracting. Probably should have moved this and the phone and all those things. So I can manually remove those things, but their expressions are so sweet. So for this, I think I just cropped in a ton. Yeah, I think I just cropped in all of that because that's not one that they're gonna be like printing huge on their walls, but it is sweet. You could also remove that phone if you want, but like, I think that's beautiful. I actually think for the blog, I put it in black and white because the blue wasn't in her color scheme. So we'll just go with that. Okay, this is another one I put in black and white because this is such a sweet moment. These were all shot on my old Canon Mark III, by the way. This one I used my 35mm lens, but super sweet, very distracting, very distracting. So you can take this out if you want. I'll show you the lazy way to take it out. There's all kinds of new like AI magic. I haven't messed with any of that yet, but you just click this little Band-Aid and go over this. This one's easy because the whole ceiling was white, so I can easily just like clone another part of the ceiling, like right here. Make those lines line up, and that's all I would do. There is a little bit of a shadow right there, so we'll do that. And then that's fine. I would also put this one in black and white because I just think it's a sweet moment. And so I want to be closer to them, and I just want you to really see that. I think that's so sweet. So much better, right? Same thing for that. I'm not going to edit that because I just showed you. Okay, same thing for this one. I did black and white and I took out the light fixture. Make sure those lines line up. There you go. And then I did black and white just because, like, that's pretty too, actually. But I didn't keep it there because of this. I could have positioned them farther over here, but this is where the light was pretty, and I didn't love this. I feel like that was distracting. So black and white, and look how pretty. Oh, I love that one. Okay, here's an outdoor one. This one I shot. I would do my import preset. This with it auto, with the temperature or the white balance auto, it looks a little bit warm. So I would cool it down a little bit. Look how pretty. This is one of my favorite images of the day. And then I would straighten it and make them the center. And that's what we did. Look how pretty that is. Okay, let's cool it down a little bit. I also feel like I really struggle with straightening, so sometimes I straighten it multiple times. There you go. I actually will probably take this little thing out because I think that's kind of distracting from the moment. There you go. Look how pretty. Okay. This one I kind of wanted to do. Okay, I'll show you what I did this one on. Okay. Import preset. Way too orange, so we're going to cool it down. Add a little bit of pinks. you're gonna add this one. I kind of struggled with the colors on this, but this I thought was distracting. So this, I just cloned a little bit more of the trees into it. Not her head. So when that happens, it just cloned her hair by mistake. So you'll just come over here and find what you want to clone right there. And crop it in just a little bit. If you're still not happy with the greens, which here I don't think I was, you can come down here and desaturate them just a little bit more. See how that's a little bit less distracting? And I would brighten there, and that's beautiful. Okay, this one was another one. No, that one was mine. I thought that I had another one on the R6. I guess all the R6 ones were at the beginning. Let me do this one. Let's do this one because this was inside. No, let's do this one. Okay, so my white balance was off here. Sorry, my leg's going to sleep. My white balance was off, but once I do my preset, so much better. We're gonna cool it down just a little bit. These florals were incredible. And then we'll just crop it here. And that's pretty much all I would do to that. It's really pretty. Maybe brighten up a little bit. And if the yellows and the chandeliers were bothering me, you can take out the yellows down here. Just desaturate just a little bit. But there you go. Let's do one more just for fun. Okay, this one I edited a little bit differently. So I did my preset. Beautiful. I did not want this red in here, so I cropped the red out completely. Loved like her hand and everything. We'll crop a little bit more. And I just thought that this was so pretty and had like a little bit of a like filmy look to it. So because like this was the only thing in focus, and so I added a little bit of grain, which I don't do very often, just for fun, a little bit right there. And it just makes it look a little bit more filmy. But I thought that was really pretty. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Make sure that you have grabbed that free preset. And let me know your feedback, because I would like to offer some more presets in the future, but like I said, this was just kind of my import presets, what I use, and I thought it would be helpful as I was kind of showing you some behind the scenes of how I edit to get my look. Let me know any other editing questions that you have. I pretty much try to shoot as best in camera as I can, so like finding good light, finding good spots so that you're not having to do all this crazy Photoshop stuff. But if you have any specific editing questions, I would love to hear them. Make sure that you like and subscribe so you guys can see next week's video, and I am cheering you on.